Okay, this question number 13 from the worksheet called Sine Law Part 2, it was due last Wednesday, has created a bit of problems. So let's give this one a solution. What we're told is that there is a square figure here of side length 20, and someone's drawn sort of a diagonal line here, not a diagonal of the square, but a diagonal line, in such a way that it makes a 30 degree angle up here. Okay, so we've got a 30-degree angle there. We're asked to find the value of h. Now, it's kind of a tricky question because the first thing that I was drawn to was this sort of triangle. Let's see if I can highlight it here for you here. And I was trying to work on this triangle here, knowing that we know that these two angles together are 120 degrees. And I thought, well, maybe we're supposed to get the length of this side. If I had the length of that side, of course, this is the same 20 over here. I could work out the length along there using just the Pythagorean theorem, because I would have, oops, undo that. I would have, a 20 and then another length here. I could figure out the third side. But the more I looked at this yellow triangle that I've highlighted, the more I realized there's not really enough information there to solve for that triangle. I've got a side length here, and I've got this angle. I guess if you assume that these two angles here are equal to each other, maybe you could do it, but it was an assumption I didn't want to make. So what I did to solve this problem was I drew another triangle over here. So I came out to about there someplace, and then down to something like that. Well, okay, I didn't line that up perfectly, but you get the idea. That would give me a right angle here. This would be the same 20 as the other side. And since there's 30 degrees in this little bit, the remainder over here would have to be 60 degrees. So this portion here, where can we write that? Right there is 60 degrees. And then this little bit at the top here, I could get that. We'll call that x. And because this is making a rectangle, that's the same as this portion down here. So you can see that h would just be 20 plus whatever that little x was. Now, how could I get that little x? Well, oops, looking up here now at the triangle up at the top, I guess we'll just leave it in blue, coming along here. Okay, we reproduce that triangle over here, say, oops. Okay, we reproduce that triangle over here. We've got a right angle here. We have a side length of 20, and then a 60-degree angle here. And then x will just come from the tangent of 60 degrees. I'm not even going to use the sine rule here. I'm just going to use tan 60 is opposite 20 over x, and then that solves for x as 20 divided by the tangent of 60. Now, rather than take out my calculator, I remember from last week or the week before, we memorized that the tangent of 60 was the square root of 3. Okay? You could also get on your calculator, but if you notice the answers in the back are based on square root 3, because the answer in the back looks something like h is 20 plus x, so that'll be 20 plus 20 over the square root of 3, and I believe the answer on the worksheet, they factored out the 20 to get an answer of that sort. And so the tricky part of this question really is the thought about drawing these extra lines in to complete a right angle triangle. Why did I do that backing up? Well, I thought I could be drawn in by this yellow triangle, but that wasn't working out because I didn't have enough information. So at that point, I realized we had to do something else. And that is what we did. Okay, so I'll load this one up tonight to the homework help, and there's a good place where you can check it. You can go back, of course, and watch the video again, stop it as you need to, so that you understand the solution.